Hey guys, welcome back. We are here with another episode of, or another episode, whatever you want to call it, of Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky 3. As of this recording, it is March 16th, 2025. Yeah. It's been well over a year since we first started our first episode, at least for me recording it wise. You guys know that a lot of things have popped up this past year, and things are still going on. I'm having something very extreme happen. Well, I call it very extreme. It may not seem very extreme to you guys. I don't feel like sharing it with you guys, at least just not yet. Hopefully in a few weeks things will get a little bit better. And then I'll probably share it with you guys. But I do want to say this, guys. No matter what happens in your life, whether it's good or bad, always give God your thanks. Like I said, whether it's good or bad, if it's bad, most likely God is trying to pull you away from something, or he's doing that, or he's just trying to, how do I say it? Whether he's taking somebody away from you that you don't need to be around, like probably loss of a friendship or something, or some type of relationship, or he's doing this because he wants you to become closer with him, because you're like, you know what, you're spending a lot of too much time on this particular thing, or this particular someone is taking your time away from me, and I want you to be closer to me, or closer to him. I should say closer to him. I'm sorry, Lord, for that. But yeah, just always keep giving thanks, guys. Just keep giving thanks to God, because he has your best interest to heart, even if you don't think that he does, or you doesn't think that, or you don't think that you don't know what's going on. I think I just confused myself with that last part. But yeah, like always, like I tell you always, guys, we like to put God first on this channel. So if you haven't already, pause this video. This video is always going to be here waiting for you. Go spend some time with the Lord, whether that's praying or reading your Bible. Do what you got to do, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Nope, I do not want to do whole. Oh yeah, we ended chapter 4. Right. I mean chapter 3. Starting chapter 4. Let's go. Been playing Lie-Oh-Nin Chronicles 100 Heroes as well. Have the first thing almost completed. And I put out my first Monster Hunter Wilds video, guys. Anyways, Kevin Graham of the 53rd I skipped the 543rd class of trainees. Wow. All right. In the name of the goddess above, I hereby appoint you Squire of the Septian Church. I humbly accept my appointment. I pledge to offer my soul to the goddess above, in both body and blood to her church on earth. Huh, very good. That's weird that the world is called Earth, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't. Maybe it's just one of those things where they think of Earth as like just a planet or something like that. I don't freaking know. Anyways, it's exceedingly rare for one at your age to be appointed to this position. I can only assume your aptitudes and training achievements warranted it. May you strive to be a worthy guardian of the goddess's sacraments as her loyal and devoted servant. That Carnelia? Yeah, that's her. Anyways. Well, if it isn't Kevin, I see you managed to avoid having your promotion rejected by the top brass. Splendid. Instructor, I really can't thank you enough for all that you've done for me. I never dreamed that I would have an actual Dominion supervising my training. Well, how sweet of you to say. Hard to believe that you're the same boy who waltzed up before the congregation for the sacrament shouting, "Make me a knight, please." Yeah, well, I appreciate it if you chuck that memory back into the furthest reaches of your mind, thank you. Oh, but how could I? Had I missed your groveling, I never would have taken interest in you in the first place. And not in a million years would I have thought that you'd be related to Rufina. You could have asked her to take you on as her pupil before resorting to such a drastic measures, you silly boy. Well, I had my reasons. Let's leave it at that. Very well. It doesn't matter at this point anyways. Congratulations. You're now a dog of the church, just like the rest of us. It's good to have you on board. Thank you. I'm not sure that that's the most reassuring metaphor to be using on new recruits, though. You might scare some of them right off. Please, you're not trying to position yourself as some sweet, doe-eyed thing, are you? Besides, I think it's perfectly apt description for us. We go around sniffing out sacraments wherever they may be, tearing through the throats of the heretical fools who are enamored with them all the while. Can you spot the difference? Come on, instructor. I'm used to be I'm used to you at this point, so I don't really care if you call me a dog. But you care if I call your beloved Rufina one, don't you? Not to worry, Kevin. I can read between the lines well enough. Well, did I guess right? I owe her a lot, but I wouldn't call her my beloved. She's just like a big sister to me, that's all. You're making it sound like like you what exactly? Rufina? I thought you were in Remaferia on a mission. I was, but I tried to finish as quickly as possible so I can come back for your appointment ceremony. I'm so proud of you, Kevin. It's amazing just how fast you've grown now that you're a full-fledged adult like me. Wow. Well, thanks for going out your way to come here. I'm not sure I deserve to be called an adult yet, though. I've got a whole lot of work ahead of me if I want to be half the knight the two of you are. Oh my, how modest of you. By the way, have you seen Reese? Oh no, I'm sorry. Have you let Reese know all about all of this yet? It's early in the morning for me, guys. It's 9 in the morning. I'm a little tired. Here's the thing, guys. I don't work the early morning shift anymore. Used to get up at midnight or 11:30 p.m. Had to be at work at 3 a.m. Oh man, not 3 a.m. 2 a.m. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't work the early morning shift, so my sleep schedule has been good. All right, not yet. I'm planning to write to her tonight. She's been real mad at me ever since I decided to come to Alteria, though. Hopefully this will cheer her up a bit. There's not much else I can do to make up with her, short of going home. Perhaps we should do that together at some point if we can find the time. Oh, and while I have the chance, thank you so much for looking after him this time, Ein. You've given up so much of your free time, and I really do appreciate it. Think nothing of it. It proved quite a fun way to kill time. He has a fair amount of potential in combat arts and thaumaturgy, too. It's a shame all his skills are on the practical side of things. However, his academic side is less than stellar. I had this feeling in the pit of my stomach that may be the case. Oh, right. I gotta get going. I have to pick up my new room key and medal from the General Affairs guy. Sorry, I'll talk to you later. Oh? What's this? You look concerned. Feeling guilty because he followed you into such a dangerous line of work? Not at all. That was completely up to him and him alone. I would never try to dictate his life choices. It's just that I think he'll make a fine knight, personally. He checks all the boxes. He's got the potential. He's got the potential. He's got the determination, all in all. I can see why you're so proud of him. And call it a hunch, but I wouldn't be surprised if a stigma manifested in him, just like it has in you. Well, I'm impressed. I didn't think you could sense that of others if you didn't possess one yourself. Yet one more reason to feel frustrated that you aren't a Dominion. Well, I know we're friends, but there's no need for all that flattery. My combat and thaumaturgy abilities are average at best. I wouldn't be cut out for the job at all. I'm grateful enough to have even been promoted from squire to knight. That's the upper limit for someone with my lack of potential. If only you saw things the way I do. Someone with average at best abilities couldn't have handled your Ouroboros case as well as you did. So there we go, guys. We find out that Rufina has been investigating the Ouroboros people. Fighting off a man of that reported strength to a swift enough conclusion would be a pretty feather in anyone's cap. It was just my luck that we both came to an understanding. As far as Kevin goes, he wouldn't need to rely on luck. His potential for growth extends further than I'll ever be able to go. But he has one weakness holding him back. What's that weakness? That poor boy is just far too kind. So kind, in fact, that I can see him driving himself into a corner because of it one day. Kevin kind? I'm just kidding. Am I recording? Yep, I'm recording. It says 10 minutes later. Chapter 4, The Dark Stigma. Let's get it popping. So who do you guys think that we got in our little capsules? Spears? Speed that up. Turbo button. Thank you for the turbo button. I was complaining about there not being a turbo button in Uden Chronicles 100 Heroes. I was like, I need a turbo button. All right. That looks like a Prince Olivert, and we have Zin. Ugh. Zin. Prince Olivert. Now this is a surprise. Don't think this is a dream, at least. Indeed, it is not. I will be overjoyed to share a sweet date with Shara in my dreams. One with a fine drinking companion, not so much. Yeah, this is real, alright. Still, doesn't Shara count as a drinking companion, too? In a way. It's fine to be drunk with the joy of her company, but it's very much the opposite to be drunk with alcohol involved. That's one of the most important lessons I learned during my stay in Libero. Yeah, with him drinking with Shara and Aina. That has to be a nightmare. Truer words have never been spoken. But alright, enough playing around. You guys mind filling us in just what kind of situation that we've gotten ourselves into? We shall make with the embraces and tearful greetings afterward. Honestly, you two really are something special. You think you'd be a little shaken finding yourselves in somewhere as unnatural as this out of nowhere. This is quite the pickle. I appreciate that it may be hard to believe, but that is the situation we find ourselves in the present time. If we're to try to find our way out, we'll need you to accept that. Oh, Mueller, my sweet rose-kissed muse. Oh my gosh. Ever pure and free of thorns, you misunderstand me. I have long accepted our current predicament as reality. Then why do you look so deep in thought? Need you even ask? Perhaps my life's toughest decision lies ahead of me. Before me I find Joshua, Princess Claudia, Tita, and Josette. And there's Julia and even a new face, Reese. Just whom shall I gather into my arms like a warm blanket and exchange sweet nothings in celebration first? Only you. Joshua? You were pulling my leg when you said this guy was an Erebonian prince, right? Hard it is to believe he is. Putting my deeply earnest dilemma aside for the time being, it sounds as though you've been making some headway and unraveling the mysteries behind this place. Naturally, I would be more than honored to help with that. But first, you've got a few questions that you need to ask, right? I know I sure do. I should have known that you'd be thinking along the same lines. You're exactly right. Fine by me. What do you want to ask? Alright. Do you think that you figured something out? That's just what I want to find out. First, I want to ask about that ghost that you've encountered in here. Ask away. If I remember correctly, the first time you met her was at the balcony of the Grand Cell Castle, yes? Indeed, it was. She gave us the key that allowed us to eventually find and rescue you. That was the first time that she appeared to us as a ghost, but I don't believe it was just the first time that she directly communicated with you. Was it, Father? Don't think so anyway. When Reason and I first arrived here, we heard a strange voice talking to us. We didn't have a clue who it belonged to at the time, but I think that was probably her too. As do I. So at first, she existed here only as a voice, but she gradually started showing up with a body too. I know that's a weird way to put it, but if it's true, it backs up the man in black said last time that we saw him. Yeah, he said the Lord of Phantasma had stolen most of her power, right? He kept referring to her as a hermit and a master of the Hollow Garden, too. Plus the inscription on the monument behind us has the Hermit's Garden written on it. I think all of us here can connect to that just fine. Agreed. It's reasonable to conclude that this very garden is connected to her in some way. That's true. Makes sense to me. It also explains why this place is kind of comfy compared to the other weird fiend-infested places in Phantasma. Feels like we're getting closer to the truth with every new revelation. And by the sounds of it, she's been in Phantasma for a while now. Possibly since the beginning. But then she had her power stolen by the Lord of Phantasma and ended up without a body. Since then, she's been trying to help us to the best of her abilities to guide us forward. If we assume all of that is to be true, maybe the monuments scattered throughout are connected to her somehow too. They seem to exist for the same purpose, guiding us forward. I think there's one more thing in our possession that is connected to her as well. That cube, Kevin. You think so? Unfortunately, your guess is as good as mine on exactly what that cube is. That being said, I think the odds of being connected to her somehow are as high as everything else on the list so far. Well, what do you think? Honestly, I'm impressed. You've done a remarkable job at making sense of the situation when you've only just arrived. Still, if we assume all that to be true, then there's something else we should be doing as we keep moving forward. Helping to restore her power, I assume. That way, we should be able to ask her what else she knows about the land that we're in. Got it in one. I get the impression that if we don't, we won't stand a chance against those two. We'll find ourselves up against a wall at some point. You may be right. Well, leaving her aside for the time being, I do have a final thing that I would like to ask. Huh? What else is there to cover? It concerns the Lord of Phantasma you kept mentioning, actually. Put simply, you wouldn't have happened to have any idea as to who they are, would you, Kevin? Why me? Well, from my perspective, they're awfully fixated on you. They seem to know about Ree's deceased sister as well. And then there's the fact that they're even able to summon devils from the church's text. It all seems to be pointing to it all seems to be pointing to you two, and you in particular. I can see why you'd ask, I guess. Unfortunately, I've got nothing. If anything, I'd say they seem to be an enemy of the Grossritter as a whole rather than just... I suppose that's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if an organization like that had more than their fair share of enemies. No offense, of course. I have plenty of enemies myself. Try not to sound like it's something to be worth boasting about. Anyways, if we connected some of the dots, we'll have to save the mystery behind who our enemies are for another day. Maybe we can get more information out of them the next time that we see them. But until then, we don't have much to work with. Right. Next time one of them shows up, we'll have to see what we can force out of them. So, that about wraps up things for now. If so, we should probably get ready and head out again. We're on plane number 4. And if the previous planes are nothing to go by, it's gonna be tough. Kevin? What's up? Did you have something else that you wanted to add? No. It's just that I'm not feeling very well. So I'm going to sick the next plane out. What? I'm sorry for troubling everyone, but please look out for him on my behalf. He shouldn't cause too much trouble, but as I'm sure you know, he can be a little careless at times. Reese? Wait a sec. You gonna go after her? Sorry. I'll be back in a minute. Reese! Wait a sec. What's with you all of a sudden? Oh, I know. Are you feeling left out because I'm the... Crap. Alright, well, sorry, Reese. Probably wasn't fun to have to sit... Alright, it's not letting me actually get through all this, so you guys are just gonna have to read it. It was on a cutscene thing and it's not... Okay, now it's letting me... Now it gave me control back. Alright. When are you going to stop acting? Huh? It's true that I feel a little left out for a while. You've clearly gone through so much together. And it's made you that much more fond of... And what? And it's made you that much more fond of each other... Other in the day's sense. You have clearly... I'm so confused on what's going on. Or how that's written. Anyways. Well, yeah, we had some amazing times. Hard to come out... Yeah, blah. Hard to come out the other end of stuff we did without growing closer through it all. Watching you all. How could I have not felt lonely? How could I have not felt jealous? You've been avoiding me these past 5 years, Kevin. The thought that you've grown close to so many others while going out of your way to keep me out of arm's reach did make me sad. You know I didn't mean it like that, Reese. But at the same time, I was still happy that you did. I knew how badly what happened to Rafina had hurt you, how you were still blaming yourself for it. I knew how you were driving yourself into a corner over it, and how you were taking on nothing but dirty jobs as if it were trying to punish yourself. And I couldn't confirm it for myself for sure, but I just knew the rumors that you were desperate to burn yourself out through them were true. So that's the reason. That's why, as lonely as I felt when you were off making new friends without me, I was really happy more than anything. Reese, you do know that... Except it turns out that you haven't made any new friends at all. You're pulling the exact same thing you pulled with me on them, every single one at arm's length. They can't get close to you. You won't get close to them. On the surface, you're a cheerful person having fun with everyone, but on the inside, you're as cold as can be. All you're doing is manipulating your own emotions so people think that you're someone you're not. After watching you ever since we were reunited, that's become plain as day to me. Man. I'm happy that you're worried about me, but you've totally got the wrong idea with this one. Sorry. I'm good at a lot of things, but pretending to be someone I'm not isn't one of them. When I'm happy, you'll know about it. And when I'm mad, well, I think you'll know I'm not so good at hiding that either. I'm the same transparent guy as I was. Oh, I didn't say that you weren't easy to read. For me, at least. After all, I know how genuinely shaken you were by the Lord of Phantasma's message. Their words and the words of the Schwarzritter. I still can't pronounce that. The Schwarzritter. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I mispronounce a lot of words. We know you suck at reading. Shut up. Anyways, always come across as cryptic, but not to you. Deep down, you know what they're talking about. You just constantly keep it from the rest of us and try to keep us in the dark. No. Maybe you've even managed to pull a wool over your own eyes, too. I mean, they do say you tell a lie enough, even you'll start believing it. Alright, 923. Okay. Come on now. You can't seriously. Devour the new offering presented to you, and display your seal once more. You know exactly what that means, don't you? Go on. You know what? Maybe you should sit things out for a bit. You're clearly really tired. What? I get that you're angry as... Yeah, I get that you're as angry as you're upset with me. But I think it's starting to make you jump to some really out there conclusions. And being tired... And being tired out... What? And being tired out's only... Wait, what? And being tired out only gives... Only... Oh, okay. Only going to make it worse? And being tired out is... Okay, nope. I was being stupid because your boy can't read. Alright. And being tired out is only gonna make it worse. Can't you see how negative can't you see how negative your line of thinking is? You can't seriously believe all of this is actually true. I'm not saying I don't deserve all the anger. I totally do. I genuinely was busy, but at the same time, I wasn't sure how to face you if we did end up meeting either. Still, we're gonna be working together from now on, so enough. Huh? Dang. Women really like slapping dudes in this game, huh? At least in this series. Everything you're saying is just meaningless. Maybe the others don't realize it, but how dare you think I, of all people, would fall for it? I realize I'm turning my back on my duties as a squire by doing this, but I can't bear to be near you any longer. I can't stand to see the Kevin I thought I knew so empty. So... what's really funny, and I think because this game was meant to be played on the Vita and not the PC, if you guys can see toward the top right, you can clearly, and then like rewind it, you can clearly see that there was nowhere for her to go, keep going straight. She would have fell. She should have made a turn and go down the stairs, because this is the library area, I believe. Kevin? Oh, hey. Yeah, sorry you had to see that. Yeah, don't worry about it. If anything, Joshua knows. He's been slapped a few times. He even got... I think his first meeting with Estelle, he got drop kicked. Or did he get kneed in the chest? I can't remember. I want to know something, Joshua. You've looked into me a fair bit since I first stepped into the scene, right? I have. I know that you're called the Heretic Hunter. I know that you're one of the 12 dominions that lead the Gralsritter. And I know you undertake the execution of the sinners the church deems most unforgivable, almost single-handedly. Huh, I figured you knew that stuff, or you knew your stuff. One any guys whose background you hadn't thoroughly vetted being close to your girlfriend for long, huh? Can't deny that. Still, the only people you harm are those sinners, never anyone else. So I decided that for the time being, at least, you weren't a threat to her or anyone else. I see. Weisman was your work, too, wasn't it? Sure was. Turned that man to a pillar of salt. But my job was to get rid of him. That's it. Everything I did with you guys leading up to that point was to get myself into a position to get it done without him catching on. That includes helping all of you out, naturally. Yeah, I know. You must have been aware of the possibility that Estelle would be taken on board the Glorious too. I don't know why it was so hard for me to read that. You can't read, Brumal! Shut up! I can. I just suck at it out loud. Anyways. You thought allowing it to happen would help you in the long term, so you kept quiet about it. Wow. Now, that one I'm surprised you pieced together. But, yeah, you're absolutely right. I figured there was a chance she might get abducted. But I did exactly nothing to stop it. All I cared about was finding Weisman. And you were up too. And where you were. For that matter, couldn't use better bait for that than her. Thought so. And yet, all of that doesn't change how I'm more grateful than words can express. Why is that? Because if you hadn't helped me back then, I would still be Weisman's puppet. I would have broken with my own hands. Okay, yeah, I would have broken with my own hands what I value the most in this whole world. It's a debt I'll never be able to fully repay. Ah, sweet adios. Now you're just being cute. I know you're smart enough to realize that's not all. Why I threw you a bone, right? I just wanted him off his guard enough to create an opening I needed. Helping you was a perfect way to do that. That was all there was to it. And again, that doesn't change how grateful I am to you. Knowing why you did what you did doesn't erase the gratitude I feel. Not in the slightest. It really is just as well as you ended up quitting Ouroboros. You'd suck to high heaven if you were an enforcer now. Honestly, you're totally right. If Riza is sitting on the sidelines for now, let me help you in her place. I might not be capable of helping you as she is, but I should be able to back you up. You don't need to feel indebted to me, you know. Well, I'll take what I can get. No doubt you're worried sick about Estelle too. So there's your gold star reason for helping out besides me. So thanks. I'm glad that you got my back. Right back at you. Cool. So now we have Joshua on the squad, and Reese is no longer available to us at the moment. So I need to figure out the team that I'm going to bring. But seeing how we did find a star door last chapter, we found a star door, and one was specifically tied to Zen. So we will be bringing Zen. As for the third person, for our fourth person, maybe I should bring Chloe since she's a healer. At the very least, the only one that we have that's tied to being a healer. That's the team that we're going to go with for right now. But if I need to that's the team that I'm coming up with. But if I need to make changes due to the future, I mean, you guys will see it. So, oops. So let's see what we're going to do. Oh, that's going to be it for right now. All right, so I'm going to stop the recording for right now, and then we're going to come back and do Zen stuff because I got, it's 9:31. It's a Sunday. I usually meet my parents for lunch on Sundays at 11 o'clock a.m. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I know if we start Zen Star Door, I'm not going to have enough time to get ready afterwards. So I will come back to this. I'll come back to this at a later time. For you guys, it'll just be a second, but for me, it'll be a later time. So yeah, till then. Alrighty, guys, we are back. It's a couple hours later. I got back from my parents' house probably like 2 hours ago. We went to have lunch. Had lunch with my folks. Do it every Sunday. You know, thankful to God that I can do that every week. So yeah, this is the team. Olivier, Kevin, Joshua, Olivier, or Prince Oliver, as it says. Let me see. No, it says Olivier, even though when you actually talk to him, it says Prince Oliver. So, kind of weird. I didn't do any messing around with any of the ornaments, because I believe I need to grind a little bit to grab everything that I need. So I'll probably do that off camera, at the very least, to get every get every bit of what's it called that I need. So let's go ahead and start this. This is a Zen door. So yeah, bring me the man who talks with his fists. Only then shall the door open. All right. I don't know how long this one's going to be, but these are normally like, I think the star doors are normally like an hour long, aren't they? If I remember correctly. That's an ugly star. Let's go ahead and speed this up. I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Alrighty. This is Alright, so this is back in the capital. Huh, I see. I sort of expected it would only be a matter of time before you return to the Republic. Your mind is made up then. If I remember correctly, at the end of the second game, Zen did talk about how he was going to go back to Calvard. Afraid so. Yeah. I made the guys over there take care of everything without me long enough. Call it an A-rank bracer's duty to his peers in society, I guess. Well, I suppose when you put it that way, I do wish you could stay here a while longer, but if that's your decision, I'll respect it. So, when are you planning on returning? Well, there's no point in lingering here any longer than I have to now that I've made up my mind to leave. I mean, there is somebody. Alright, so, honestly, I was thinking about tomorrow. I think I could ask you to arrange a ticket to Calvard for me. Well, certainly. Are you not planning to go visit Kilika first? Yeah, that's all I was about to say. I would have thought that you'd want to. That was part of the original plan. But she wouldn't have any of it. Surprise, surprise. Her stance was, if you're gonna waste time coming to see me, use it to go back to Calvard earlier and get some work done. Huh, well, very well then. That doesn't sound like a position you'd be able to talk her out of. I mean, you could stay a little bit longer, spend some time with. I mean, it's clear that she likes him. Even though she liked Walter first, but hey, everyone's been someone's second choice at some point in time, right? I'm joking. I'm not. That's the truth. Everybody has been someone's second choice at some point in time. All right. Anyways, it's no big deal though. I mean, it's not like we'll ever see each other again. I suppose that's very true. I'm not sure there's anything in Zumeria that could keep you two apart forever. It feels like that. Yeah, what? It feels like that to me too sometimes. Well, regardless, I won't keep you any longer. Am I recording? Yep, I'm recording. This time I remember to check at the beginning of the recording instead of halfway through it, or 10 minutes in. So, that's one ticket to Calvard for tomorrow, coming right up. Sorry, let me get this. Yes, this is Grand Cell Branch at the Bracer Guild. Ah, yes. Yes? He's here as we speak, actually. Zen? Something up? It's the Ambassador Crocrane? I don't know how to pronounce his name. At the Calvardian Embassy. She'd like to invite you to the Hot Springs trip. What? That boy dipped over. He said, I get to see the... Hot Springs. 2 days later. Hey, there's Kilika. Elmo Village. There was an exploit here that I used a lot when we had access to Elmo Village. The hot springs give you back all your CP, so grinding Yeah, grinding and using just S-crafts to like take out the palms in like one go this was a very needed spot for that exploit, and I got a lot of levels out of that. And Sepith. This place sure brings back memories. The atmosphere is so relaxing. It certainly is. Maybe because it feels so similar to our hometown. Still, Ambassador, or whatever her name is, had me going for a while. When I first heard about this whole trip, I thought it was just gonna be the two of us out here. Oh my, you look almost disappointed. Wait, what? You look almost disappointed that it isn't. There we go. I'd be happy to take my leave if I'm getting in the way of your dream date with her. I'm good, thanks. She's not someone I've ever seen a potential partner. And besides, it's you that she wants to talk to, not me. This meeting might as well not be happening if you're not here. It never takes much to put you on the defensive, does it? It is beyond you to just play along a little. Ugh. You can't just help but mess with people, can you? With you in charge of the Zeiss Guild, I'm amazed it still has any bracers left. Correction. I can't help but mess with you. I don't do this with anyone else. Would you be happy if that were true? Heck no. Ah, you've arrived. I've been waiting for you. Hey, Ambassador. Thank you for inviting us here today. It's something a matters in. You seem oddly flustered. Me? I'm just fine. You're imagining things. Who could blame him, Ambassador? After all, he's a man on the hot springs trip with two beautiful women. That's hardly a recipe for a calm and composed mind, is it? Knock it off, Kilika. I suppose not. If I were a little younger, I doubt I would be able to keep my hands off of my... Terrible! Terrible. What's crazy is that I remember when I was in my early 20s, there was a woman just like this ambassador that said something similar to me. I was like, wait a minute, what? This was back in my track days, of course. Anyways. Man, yeah, that was like 10 years ago too. Yep. I think I stopped running, I stopped running when I was 23. You're like, oh my gosh, you're 33. Yes, I'm old. But I don't look it. I look like I'm 26. Anyways. Alright. I suppose that's enough looking around. Or enough joking around. We should get our dinner. Mrs. Mao is going to be making tonight's food herself, by the sounds of it. The serious discussion can wait after that. Yeah. That sounds fantastic. Likewise. Alrighty. We had pizza for lunch today. My mom said I'm not cooking. She went to go grab some pizza. She normally cooks, but I guess today she was just like, nope, not having it. So, there's gonna be a new intelligence agency set up in Calvert, huh? That's right. It's to be known as the Rocksmith Agency. Rocksmith Agency. I'm trying to remember if I know what that is. I don't think I do. At least, because there's a total of 4 games that I haven't beaten. I'm sorry, 4 games that I haven't gone through, because the only games that I've played are the 2. I know what happens from games 1 through 8 and 60 hours, which would be chapter 2 in the 9th game. However, I've only played games 6 through 8 and 1 through 2. And of course I'm playing this one being the 3rd game, but I haven't finished it, so I don't count it as it being played. But I know games 10, 11, and 12 might bring back something about this agency. I don't know. It's like I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. Anyways. And as the name suggests, it's going to be an organization that answers directly to the president. Really now? I see. I presume that it is so that the parliament can't have any influence over its operations, correct? Perhaps this new agency's biggest advantage is that it's separate from all those issues and vices. The last thing that we need is the organization like this suffering from Parliament's failures to make prompt decisions on general inaptitude, or being run in the same opaque and shady manner by a privileged few. That does sound like a good idea, I'll admit. We're never going to be able to compare the Empire's intelligence division or Liberal's old one if Parliament is to be involved. Quite. It's already difficult enough to get anything done in a nation with such a lack of unity. I guess that's just the fate of countries that take in immigrants by the truckload, though. Though honestly, I think the thing that surprises me the most is that the president's actually being proactive for once. He's always struck me as a real conservative type. So this isn't the kind of thing that I thought he'd go for. That said, given the state of the Republic right now, it's hardly surprising that he would choose to act this way. Outside the country, we've got the threat of a rapidly expanding Erebonian empire, while within we have terrorists and extremists. And to make matters worse, we have the society on the Ouroboros. Crap, there you go. Evidently, something has to be done, and I think he knows that as well as anyone. Indeed. In the times ahead of us, we're going to need to be able to respond flexibly to a variety of new and unforeseen threats. Alright, I think my introduction to the matter has gone on long enough. It's about time I get to the point. Oh yeah? You got something that you need to specifically talk to Killico about, right? So, what position in the agency are you here to offer me? What? I love a sharp mind, Killico. Your instincts are, of course, dead on. We think your talents would make you perfectly suited for joining the agency and are eager for you to take part of it. That's why you'll be offered a position of division chief should you decide to join. And that's something President Rocksmith has proposed himself. Wow. What led you to being the one to bring this to Killico anyways? A fair question. I suppose ordinarily this would be a scout's work. But I've gone to the president on a personal level for quite some time, or I've known, whatever, anyways. So he took it upon himself to ask me to come to you personally. That makes sense. Then what's his reason for wanting me? Surely you know that without asking, or do you want to hear it said anyway? Naturally, your masterclass Taito skills are one reason for you being selected by the president. But above all, he wants you to be exceptional. Yeah, he wants you for an exceptional analytical and information handling abilities you've shown in your position in the guild. Golly, man. Those are just what the new agency is going to require if it's to succeed. Gosh, I can't read. Well, I can't say this doesn't make all sense to me. I'm more dumbfounded that you upped an attempt to steal a capable member of the guild right in front of an active bracer like this. That takes some nerve. Well, I do think rather highly of you. I thought that you would be able to meditate without letting such trivial matters cloud your judgment. Still, what do you think, Killico? I'm not asking for an answer immediately, but I would like to know what's going through your mind. While it's certainly an interesting proposal, at the same time, I'm not sure I have any reason to accept it. But you have no reason to refuse it either. Am I right? Well, it's rare that you find it difficult to make quick judgments. But with such a big decision to make, I can't really well fault you. I won't rush you. Take the night to think long and hard about it. It was so you could do so that I booked a room here tonight. I'll ask you for your answer again tomorrow. Looking forward to hearing it. Of course. Oh, and one more thing before I depart. If you ask me, remaining in your position as a simple guild receptionist just isn't going to let you use your abilities to their fullest. Hey man, Kilika came in clutch for us though in the previous games. So hey, she came in and saved I believe, if I remember correctly, did she end up saving Zen, or she ended up stopping the fight between Zen and Walter at the very least? And then she had some really good intelligence that gave us some clues on what we needed to do next as well. But anyways, well, a pleasant night to you both. You're out rather fast. Have you finished your bath already? Fast? Seriously? I was in there for an hour. Oh. Man, it's not often I see you looking this deep in thought. I suppose you don't. I feel like I'm one step away from making a decision that just needs one last push to take. Oh, right. Still, being here like this with you really takes me back. Hard to believe it's been 6 years now since Master Ryuka's passing. I was just thinking about something, but never mind. Anyways. So I forgot her father's name was Ryuga? Yeah, it was her father, right? Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it later. Anyways. Sounds like you want to go on one heck of a journey between then and joining the guild, too. Wait, I said want. You could say that. Going on a journey makes it sound like something I did deliberately, though. In reality, it wasn't quite as organized as that. I simply drifted from place to place, before ending up being drawn to one point where I settled. Much in the way the leaf that fell from the trees end up floating down the river. Were you able to find the answer that you mentioned a while back? No, I still haven't. Still, I do feel as though I found a conclusion of sorts. What's that supposed to mean? Say, Zen, why do you think I chose to take a non-combatant position like a guild receptionist to begin with? Because you didn't want to follow the same path as the idiots like me and Walter. I wouldn't follow us either if I were in your shoes. Not quite. Although I'm not going to deny that the two of you are idiots. Hey, that was one part that was the one part I did want you to deny. I wanted to find out the meaning of the living fist ideology my father advocated. Yeah, Ryugi was her father. Okay, yeah. Anyways. I still believe that being able to better oneself through combat, while your opponent does the same, is a good thing in itself. As a warrior, it's probably close to the ideal way. Still, I can't help but wonder why the ideology had to be based around the premise of fighting. I can certainly understand the significance of living and dying as a warrior. I can also understand how one who lived that way would have no regrets when the time to pass away came. Nothing has changed within me in the regard since the days that we trained together. Yet, with Father dead and Walter gone, I couldn't help but wonder. Wonder whether there was some way to make use of the living fist without having to fight. That was when I started roaming the continent in search of one. I almost read that as foaming at the mouth. I almost read foaming, or roaming as foaming. I don't know why. I'm glad I didn't say it. And as I roamed, I found myself face to face with countless conflicts and acts of violence, and I felt powerless every time I did. That was how I came to encounter LaBelle's guild. They had arrived to quell one of those conflicts. Something about their ideology, putting the safety of civilians all over else made me feel that perhaps working under them may give me my answer. So, that was what led me to start working for the guild. But even then, I wasn't able to run away from fighting completely. Nature of humanity means that as long as we exist, conflict will never cease. Instead, what's important is not blindly preaching idealism, but preaching ideals while keeping a firm eye on the reality of how to quell conflict. Master Ryuga's words have never left me. Nor have they left me. But all the same, I've been looking away from reality all this time. Come on now. You know full well that's not actually true. When he says when he says reality, he's not saying fighting is the be-all end-all of quelling conflict. That's not what I'm trying to say. All these years I haven't been trying to walk on my own 2 feet. Not at all. I've just been trying to find a new way to live by my father's living fist ideology as an excuse to stand still, all while indulging myself in a comfortable environment the guild gave me. In that sense, I must be the biggest failure of my father's students. I might not agree with the path Walter took, but he, like you, has chosen his own path and started walking forward along it. You two have been facing up to the living fist ideal of fathers and slowly reaching your own conclusions on it. In your own ways, you've been able to face up to reality, and I haven't. I've been standing still the whole time. That's the biggest load of crock that I've ever heard. You've been walking forward just like we have. In what way? It's just that the path that you've been walking has been one of the others rather than yourself. The river you think you've been helplessly drifting through, you've actually been building a bridge so that others can easily cross it behind you. When the road is hard, you soften the ground so your fellow guildmates have an easier trek. There's no shame in the way of the living fist. It's as true as mine and Walter's. Are you trying to comfort me? Sorry for not having a way with words. Anyways, all I'm trying to say is this. You know, as a person, you're way too strong and way too serious. And at times, it's like those two things just end up restricting you and stop you from seeing things you otherwise could. So try to relax a little, alright? Just a little. If you do, I bet you'll start seeing things you couldn't before. Seizen? What is it? Would you be happy if I returned to Calvard? What brought that on? It doesn't matter. Just a question. Oh, okay. If I had to pick, I guess I'd rather you be back home, yeah. Why do you ask? No reason. I've decided I'm going to accept the president's proposal. What? Just because of what I said? Don't misunderstand me. All I wanted was some kind of reason to bring this journey to an end. As well as a place to make better use of my skills. Okay. No, I'm glad that they included that. I didn't necessarily remember this particular one. Sometimes I have to stop and think about stuff because I am remembering things. Now, I saw a spoiler, I believe, for game number 12. However, I don't necessarily call it a spoiler because it was the Japanese. It was the Japanese thing, and I saw, and all the subtitles are in Japanese. However, names were not in Japanese, and I came across something, and I was just like, "Ain't no way." But hey, yeah. So I got to see some. I got to see some future characters, and I was just like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, I was just thinking of something. I was just thinking of something that just made a whole lot more sense now to me. But anyways, ah, that was the best night's sleep that I've ever had in some time. I hope the two of you enjoyed your stay as well. I know I did. I'm feeling very refreshed, thank you. Refreshed enough to feel ready to take on the new position and the new environment, even. Then, I'd like to accept your offer. However, I have one condition in doing so. Oh, name it. While I am willing to join the President's new agency, I am not willing to stop living in line with my own beliefs. As such, if I should end up feeling the slightest doubt about how the agency itself is being run, I would do everything in my power to correct it from the inside using any means at my disposal. If he still wants my membership after hearing as much, please tell him that I accept his offer. Oh, that won't be a problem at all. I think he may well be encouraging you to take the reins. I believe he chose you expecting you to fulfill the role. Yeah, to fulfill that role should it deem necessary. After all, you have experience in the guild and an organization which has managed to remain neutral and independent all this time. That's no mean feat. Right. I forgot. I did forget one of the things that bracers can't do is meddle with the government. If the government makes something law, then the bracers can't step in, they can't oppose it. However, I think there is something where, because the people come first, if it comes down to something where it's just like, oh, the government is attacking civilians, I believe then the bracers will say, screw all that, we're going to step in and protect these people. That's the way I think it would. That's the way I think it happens. I don't know if anything like that actually happens, but I'm pretty sure bracers would step in if the government was just going crazy and trying to kill normal civilians or trying to harm normal civilians or something like that. But for the most part, governments and the bracers do have a understanding with each other at the very least. But yeah, anyways, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Also, I need to get things ready for my successor, so I won't be able to return to Calver for about 2 or 3 months. And she giving them a 3 months notice. Anyway, that's crazy. We gotta do 2 weeks notice out here. She's doing a 3 months notice. As such, I won't be able to start work till then. That's perfectly understandable. Well, I look forward to meeting you again in the Republic. Likewise. Is something on your mind? Oh, I was just thinking about what you said back there. You said that you'll need 2 or 3 months to get everything ready for your successor, right? Yes, I did. What of it? Well, I'm guessing it's pretty busy over in Calver right now, too. It doesn't sound as though there's anything so urgent that I need to be there now. So, I was thinking maybe I could stay here for the next few months while you get sorted out before I head back. You can't be serious. There's no reason why you should stay around here in Libero with me. Go back to Calvert. You don't have to be so cold. It's me, you know. Well, it's the truth. We'll end up spending enough time together, whether we like it or not, after I'm home. You don't need to go out of your way to make more now. Well, you win. There's no need to rush things. Zen? What are you standing there for? Oh. Sorry. You could say that before starting to walk off on your own, you know. Is that it? Side story, journeys end. I thought there was more to this. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that was only That was only that. All right. I literally thought there was more to this. We got yin yang. That was one of the reasons why I need to do this. I actually need this for one of my for one of my builds, and that's why I had to do that one right away. Not like we weren't gonna do it right away, anyways. But yeah, we got that side story out the way. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for this particular piece. I think this is like an hour. One. I was expecting it to be more. Maybe I'll add a little bit more to these videos. I was thinking about making these videos more like 2 hours long and releasing them once a week. I said once a week, but you would get one like a week or whatever, because I am playing Lie-Oh-Nin Chronicles 100 Heroes alongside with this now. But we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. But with all this being said, guys, I will see you all next time. Peace.